30 seconds and we're starting. 40 on, 20 off. It's the 20 exercise run through. What does that mean? You're doing 20 exercises, and each time you do one of those exercises, you're doing it for 40 seconds of hard work. You're getting 20 seconds of plenty of rest. And each exercise, you're only doing it once. So if you don't like it, it doesn't matter, okay? Follow along with me. The first exercise we're doing is seal jacks. Seal jacks, okay? Nice and tall, nice and proud, and we're pulling those shoulder blades together. 3, 2, 1, we're away. So I'm showing you from the side. You can see the posture, okay? I'm keeping tall and proud with the chest. I'm keeping my arms parallel to the ground, okay? None of this. I want you to feel those shoulder blades being pulled together. Imagine you're holding a resistance band, and we're going for it this morning. We're away. So as always, I say it every time, if you're watching this unrecorded, make sure you're warm, please. Make sure you're loose. Make sure this is not the first thing that you're doing. Focus on your breathing. Pull those arms back. 5 seconds and we're finished already. And we're never doing this exercise again today. Relax there. Next exercise to get you loosened off properly before what lies ahead comes. Squats, body weight squats. Plant the feet shoulder width apart. And it's as simple as, I want you to try and push it, the depth, as far as you can while maintaining that form. So build up a good, healthy 3, 2, 1 movement pattern, okay? Yes, it's body weight only, therefore we can get a bit more speed in it. But because it's body weight only, I want you to use it as the opportunity to work on your form and technique. Drive the toes into the ground, pull the knees apart, push those hips back behind you, and keep the chest proud, as in, don't let the chest cave forward. Drive through the whole foot, hit all the way down, and when you get up, remember, what do? We squeeze the butt. Yeah, squeeze the butt. Great work. Focus on your breathing. Next exercise. It's a hand release press up. Hand release press up. Can be done full or on the knees. Either way, you're releasing the hands at the bottom, which is forcing you to be more powerful, more explosive on the way up. 3, 2, 1. You only need to take the hand off the ground until you feel the full weight of your chest on the floor. So you don't need to go and do anything like that. You get people doing bad habits, throwing in a dorsal raise. Don't want to. Now, because you have to be explosive to get up, make sure you don't leave your hips behind, as in you don't start sagging the hips. 10 seconds. Keep the core tight, keep the butt squeezed. And this will help bring power into your regular press-ups. We stand up, we get on the feet. Now the next exercise, we're moving on to core now. It's a diamond sit-up, okay? All we're doing here, getting the soles of the feet together, getting the feet nice and close to the butt, and it's a sit-up, okay? Stand by, 3, 2, 1. If you struggle to get up, then hoot, use your arms for momentum, but don't make it easy, okay? If you have to use your arms, only use your arms as much as it takes for you to get up, but still struggle. Okay, I want you working. Now, if you're able to, keep the hands on the temples and think about being explosive and powerful. It doesn't work if you try to do this slow and deliberate. It has to be powerful. Now, why diamond sit-ups? I say it every time. Takes the hip flexors out of the equation. Makes the core work a lot harder. Makes the core work a lot harder than a regular sit-up, okay, because we can't quite get these hip flexors pulling us up. Next exercise, we're lying flat down, and we're back in to our dorsal raise. Stand by. Arms 90 degrees. Lift up and down. So it's upper body up only. And I want you to imagine, okay, you might not get it, but I want you to imagine that you're trying to lift your belly button off the ground. Okay, I want you to really focus on pulling back as high as you can. And I say imagine, okay, because it's quite hard. It'll be quite hard to actually do that. But the whole point is, I want you to take it as high as you can, hold it higher, pull. So I'm pulling those elbows back. And as a result, I'm feeling my upper back, getting a workout here now as well, okay? So don't rush it, it's a controlled strength exercise. Predominantly for the lower back, good work. Next exercise is cardio based, okay? All I want you to do, get in a stance as if you're about to squat and get nice soft knees. Don't overreach forward, but lean forward slightly. And all we're going to do is punch. But unlike a warm up, go. Unlike a warm up, I want you to actually go for it, okay? And just lock out and pull back. Lock out and pull back, okay? Not after any technique. I just want you punching. Vent some of that stress out so that your day's a bit nicer, and therefore, chances are, mine will be too, okay? So all I want you to do is punch hard, hard, pull back, okay? So I'm not doing this. I'm not leaning. I'm just trying to get the heart rate up. But it's not flick of the fingers. Nearly there, okay? This will get the shoulders and get the arms fired up. Some exercises easier than others. Relax there. Shake the arms out, focus on your breathing. Next exercise, it's a good old lunge, okay? I want you to do either forward lunges or reverse lunges. Whatever one you prefer, I'm giving you the choice as long as it's a damn good lunge. 5 seconds. We'll do them side on. Go. Big step. Big step. So I'm always trying for a big oversized step so that my shin is vertical. Make sure when you're stepping forward and back, you're maintaining, as you can see from the front, hip width stance between the feet. I'm not stepping directly forward and then struggling to balance, okay? I'm keeping myself balanced. Upper body from the waist up, it's frozen. It's frozen vertical. All the work on this is coming from the legs, all the drive. So I keep my chest tall, I keep my chest proud. Flying through this, good work. Good. So our Thursday circuits. Thursday circuits are always aimed at beginners or lower intensity. It does not mean it's easy. Next exercise, lying down, knees to chest to sky, arms out to the side. Bring it in, up, down and out, okay? Control, go. In, punch up, down and then out. Try not to let your legs touch the ground. Up, punch up. Do not turn it into a roll. Separate it, knees to chest, knees to sky, to chest, and back out. Don't blend it like that. Common mistake when I see people do this one is rather than punch the feet up vertical straight up, they go back the way. They end up doing something like that. Okay, you're trying to lift as much of your body and your core off the ground and put it vertical as much as you can. That's what's working the core there. My arms, try not, doesn't really matter now. But my arms, for future reference, your arms, try not to push through them. They're there to support you. Next exercise, it's a lateral side tap, okay? But don't like these, but necessary. We're gonna get the heart rate up. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, or 4, tap. Go. If you don't have the space, do 2, doesn't matter. Just don't do any more than 4. Don't want you galloping around your country estate of a garden, especially if you know there's a local hunt going on or whatever. Let's go. I'm not laughing at my own jokes, by the way. It's an internal joke with those on live. So if you're watching recorded and you think, God, look at him laughing at himself. I do that a lot anyway. But to be honest, as long as you can laugh at your own jokes, that's all that matters. Let's go. Keep going. Push it hard. So if you don't have the space, you're doing 2 to 2. Good. Right, next exercise. It's a crab dip. So this is where those of you with tight chest, shoulders, you're going to be moaning that, oh, this puts a lot of strain on it, okay? Boo-hoo. Next exercise, dips. It'd be a different case if, you know, your mobility couldn't be cured. I would give you a wee bit of sympathy, or should we say, pretend sympathy. Simple fact is, you're feeling a lot of stress and strain in the shoulder. My advice to you is, professionally, don't do it too much. Make sure you don't hurt yourself. But my real advice is, get your bloody mobility work done, okay? There's the driving force behind it. Stop using it as an excuse to sit in your bum and go, nah, this hurts. If of course you do have a shoulder injury, it's a different matter. Maybe you should stop by now. So very short, very short range of movement, that one, and as a result, we get the lactic acid building up, okay? So those triceps are probably feeling pumped now, feeling 3 times the size. Next exercise, can't even read it. It's a single leg Romanian deadlift. Chest stays proud, okay? Change legs, it's about balance. So what I want you to think about here is not leaning forward, but instead lifting that leg behind you. You should feel the hamstrings, the glutes, well, mainly on this one, not so much the lower back, but you will to some degree. I want you to think of that hip hinge. Hips back, hips back, hips back. Trying to keep your balance. To help your balance, drive the toes into the ground. Hips back, okay? Don't think about going forward. My body is coming forward as a result of me pushing my hips back and lifting that leg as I go. A lot of people will do this wrong because they'll go like this. A lot of people just bow forward, okay? It's not what we're after. Next exercise, it's a burpee, okay? To be honest with you, this is probably the hardest exercise you're going to do today, so that's not a bad thing. You're doing a burpee with a jump, okay? So again, it is aimed at beginners or lower intensity. So use this time to get it right, okay? Rather than trying to go hell for leather, jump all the way out, jump all the way in. Try to introduce these more dynamic ones where you see me. I've never got my hands and feet on the ground at the same time. Jump out, jump in. The closer you can get your feet to your hands, the more stretch in your hammies, glutes and lower back. Therefore, the more ping you're going to get up here, okay? So ping, use the energy, can't even speak, use the energy stored in your hamstrings, glutes and lower back, as you can see, to power that jump, okay? Those people who do it with their legs real wide or don't jump all the way in and out, you're making it harder for yourself, believe it or not. Next exercise is, shoulder taps, shoulder grabs should we say. I'll show you this one. Everybody's in a full press up position. Go, grab the shoulder, grab the shoulder. Your hands should always be below your chest, not your face. Feet together, knees together, core tight. So from the side, I'm keeping my hips locked out, keeping the butt squeezed. I'm not doing this. No core activation in there at all. If you do this exercise properly, and the reason I call it a shoulder grab is because it's giving you time to work that core, okay? So it's controlled, a grab. Keep the core tight, minimize the sway. There is going to be sway, relax. So when done properly, although at first glance an easy exercise, you should feel the core working hard, and you will of course feel the upper body getting a bit of it as well with all that weight in your arms. Next exercise, it's a broad jump. What's a broad jump? It's a squat jump, but propel yourself forward instead of up. So a squat down, go. Make sure you land soft. Okay, you're landing soft, you're absorbing the weight of yourself and that impact through your legs. So therefore, if you've got dodgy floorboards, that's not an excuse for not jumping. You should be landing nice and soft. Now I want you to think about the hip snap. Snap the hips forwards, just like a kettlebell swing. When you're jumping, snap the hips. Use the posterior chain. You hear me talk about the same stuff over and over. It's not because I forget what I'm telling you. I'm trying to hammer home the point of, you've got all these big powerful muscle groups, you should be using them any opportunity you can. Next exercise, a fire hydrant. Okay, you'll laugh at this one. We're down on all fours, and then we're lifting the leg, and then we're lifting the leg. As you lift the leg, you're keeping the knee at 90 degrees, and you're keeping the pelvis facing down the way. So your belly button is always facing down. It doesn't even so much as budge. If you do this properly, you're going to feel your abductors, okay, and you're going to feel your glutes. Make sure you squeeze at the top. It's actually pretty decent exercise for working that target area. As in, if you do it properly, you'll feel it. If you don't do it properly, you'll just feel like all you're doing is lifting your leg like you need a pee. Next exercise. Oh, what did I put in here? Plank jacks. Love them or hate them. It's a good exercise, and it's going to teach you to make sure you're squeezing the butt. Full press up position, feet together, core tight, jump out, jump in. Now I want you to make sure that you're keeping the butt squeezed, you're keeping the core tight, and you should feel minimal up down rise of your hips. If you're squeezing your core correctly and keeping the glutes activated, when you jump out and you jump in, you should not feel any real rise or dip in your hips. So if you're doing them like this and you're going all over the shop, slow it down, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, okay? You should feel this one working your core big time, and that of course does include your lower back. Relax, walk around, catch your breath. Next exercise is a seated knees to chest, but with a slight modification. I'll face you for this one. So we're sitting down. This is all core work to finish now. Knees to chest, but I want you to pull the knees to the elbow, shoulder. So rather than directly up to your chest, I want you to go shoulder, center, shoulder, center, and especially when you're doing that central one, I want you to really pull those knees to your ears, if you like. I want you to make sure that you're not just lifting the legs, but you're using the core to pull them in nice and tight. Well done. A tough exercise. Try not to give into it. You've only got 5 seconds left. And with that slight twist, relax. You should start to feel. So get up on your feet. Get up on your feet. Live. What are you having a laugh, are you? Hurry up, get up there. I won't use your name, but you know who you are. Begins with an L, ends in a B. So, it doesn't really, does it? Rotational mountain climbers. Wow, who put that one in there? Simple. See what's happening here? Opposite elbow, we're aiming for with each knee. Now keep your hips down, everyone. If your hips are up, like mine are now, no work in the core, okay? You're trying to get down into that full press up position without your knees scraping off the ground. And I want you to focus on really pull that knee across and towards your elbow, rather than just going through the motions. Really pull it, and you will feel that core work a hell of a lot harder. Back up on your feet. 2 exercises left already. I love this run through. 20 exercises, variety. 1 run through, 1 run through only. It's yours to do what you want with it. Flutter kicks, okay? Stand by. Sit in the hands if you like. Now with the flutter kicks, people do them wrong because they either go too big with the flutters or they start to bend their knee. Okay, I want you to make sure your legs aren't relaxed on this, okay? I'm locking the knees out, I'm pointing the toes, and then all I'm doing is I'm looking at my feet, heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. So basically the range of movement is the size of your foot. 10 seconds, don't give into it. Nearly there. Came this far now. Good. And relax. Next exercise, elbow plank. Nothing complex, no variation. A strict elbow plank, which after all that core work, you should feel, okay? So, I want you to get into the position now. So elbow plank, feet together, knees together. That makes it harder to balance, as in if you put your feet wide apart, you're more balanced, therefore the core doesn't have to work so hard. I want you to keep the butt squeezed and the core squeezed. Keep that tension on the core. Don't have a lazy plank, okay? I could be in this position now and holding a lazy plank and you wouldn't even know it. Okay, as in what am I doing? I'm wedging myself between my toes and my elbows with very minimal core work. Okay, I'm just relying on my body to do that for me. So I want you to really think, squeeze the butt, squeeze the core, keep it tight. At any moment in time, someone's gonna stand on my back. When they do, that was quick. Okay, take the time, walk around. So that was a bit of a core burner to finish there. Okay, the 20 exercise run through. We like that one, don't we? I do, I'll just speak for everybody nowadays. Doesn't matter, it was good. So, focus on your breathing. Nice and chilled, hopefully your heart rate isn't too high after the core exercises to finish. Like I said, it's aimed at beginners Thursday circuits, but it's also aimed at being a bit more lower on the intensity scale. However, you could really have pushed that to the limit there for 40 seconds and found it hell. Okay, and that's fine. Okay, the exercises today, there wasn't too many dynamic ones. We had our burpees, we had our side to side lateral thingamajiggies, we had our broad jumps. Those are the ones that really punish you, but they're spread out few and far between. With some nice basic exercises, your squats, your press ups, to give you a chance to slow things down and focus on building up good muscle memory and good movement patterns, because that's what's important. When you're going hell for leather, when you start to get tired, these reps are still the highest quality they are. Even though you're tired and you're breathing out your bottom, you're still doing your reps perfectly, okay? Because that's important, that's where you get the most out of it. Good effort, hopefully enjoyed it, and that is another week of circuits concluded. You said it, right, we're done.